So I work typically with clients on the career clarity code. That's the framework that I've put together. And it's based on predominantly 3 C's. So clarity, confidence, and creating. So what we typically would want to work on in that first instance is much more around getting to know oneself. So yes, what is our values? Like, what is making these internal compass decisions? What's making things feel right or wrong? Why does gut go against some feeling? And we have it all the time. Sometimes we just, I didn't like that person. I got a gut feeling. That's actually the compass of your values.
Yeah, it's the values-based stuff.
And you're getting, and they're being violated in some way. So let's get in touch with actually what they are. What do they mean to us? How do they present themselves? And I think this is also being realistic that they're not just words and they're there, but let's actually see how they've created patterns in your life. So we're gathering real data. This real data can inform you to make a decision because it's actual fact. So if we are looking at patterns of when we were most happy throughout our lives, the highest achievements that we've made, what we were most proud of, there's usually commonalities of patterns. And so we unpack a lot of that. So then we'll understand what actually is conducive to, and what environments actually were conducive to making those things happen for you. So once we get an understanding of that, we also need to understand what we're good at, not what we have learned over time. Because skills can be learned and brought with us, and they're absolutely valuable. But a strength is actually something you don't need to use so much energy on. It's natural to you, and it's actually a superpower you have that others may find difficult. When you can tap into using your energy on those, and very usually will become flow state type of activities for you, and focus much more energy on that, you're going to be more in alignment. Because
what are some examples of strengths that people don't realize they have? Or maybe they don't even look at them as strengths because, like you said, it's kind of effortless or very low effort for you to just do this thing naturally.
Communication. I think that's a huge one. Because also, as soon as you say or identify communication, a lot of individuals will say, but I don't write that well and I don't use big languages. But what I think we want to go below the surface of that is, how has communication style supported you in environments? And then you'll have a lot of individuals say, actually, I've never really had conflict. I've been able to influence a lot of individuals to actually, when I had a project, they came on board, or I was able to sell these things to them quite easily. I didn't feel like it was selling, or it just was second nature to me. Those types of conversations.
Yeah, maybe I'm not so good at public speaking, but I know that I can get buy-in when I spend time with people one-on-one, where I get a chance to, in a quiet way, state my case and hear them out. You're right. Like, a lot of times that it's in the nuances.
Right? And people think communication means, I must be this eloquent, amazing speaker with loads of different, tools of language. And no, usually it's like building rapport. Maybe you have, and also different communication styles will suit different people for different environments. So also, but I'm not that formal. I've heard that before, but I'm not that formal. No, I think in a corporate setting, but then also that was a question to ask. Do you want to be in a hugely corporate formal setting that wouldn't see the advantage of your communication style? We start benchmarking it against what we think it should mean, as opposed to what does it mean for us, and what would be conducive and make me feel comfortable to use it in the right way. So let's also understand how the strengths get optimized, what environment for them actually is the best. So clarity is getting clarity on all of these things, so that we know,
including
who we are,
who
we are, why we're doing this, what's the gap that I'm feeling between who I am now and where I want to be. Then confidence is that, like, believing in that. I believe there's enough data we've gathered, we understand the patterns, there's credit to the strengths that I'm actually highlighting to individuals that I'm good at. I'm clear and confident in communicating those to individuals.
Which you can't do the second C, which is confidence, if you don't do the clarity work first.
Well, I would say that in tangent, because I think that your confidence grows by action, and clarity also comes through action as well. So I think as long as we are acting with information, data gathering, I think they come hand in hand. So that's why it's part of a process.
Got it.
Yeah. And then the third is creating. When we move away from this must be the final outcome, and we break it down into what could I create, a very different approach comes from the individual that is much more informed from where they feel comfortable. So, I need to be a lawyer. The world just told me that I have to go for 10 years of studying to become that. Instantly, wall goes up.
I don't have a choice but to do this.
When we go to what world can I create? Oh, okay. So if that was to happen, I could maybe, take a part-time role, part-time study. I could be really excited by maybe doing some volunteering in that area. Maybe I could look at other traits that could kind of get me there on the way to becoming a lawyer. Or maybe there's other roles that actually align with all of the attributes I think are really great about being a lawyer. And I think I'm aligned to, maybe there's other roles that I could create that are designed for me in this world. And I think when you get someone into that frame of mind, they will be much more open to action and accountability.
Because there's a lot more to sort of challenge them on as well, right? Okay, let's just go explore with this. Let's just give this a shot, see if it sticks.
And and therefore you don't need to leave your job tomorrow. No one told you to. Everyone says, but I don't want to just leave without a role. Well, no one said that had to be the outcome there. If we also found out that you're only leaving if you have X, Y, and Z, that was better than the situation that you're in now, don't leave.
Yeah. I think it's so interesting, right? Because on the side you do some health coaching as well, and I've been doing a bunch of this as well. And this framework that you have of clarity, confidence, and creating, it can be applied in so many ways to people on this side of the journey as well, right? Because a lot of people have these ideas in their heads that are either based on what they see on Instagram or read in an article or what 26-year-old version of them did. And we get stuck in these things. I have to lose exactly this amount of weight. And the subtext of that is because I won't find happiness until I get there. And when you can get someone in a coaching situation to have a deeper conversation about finding clarity on what's actually important to you at this stage in life with a lot of nuance, because a lot of times people think about what would have made 27-year-old version of themselves happy, not realizing that, well, at 42 with my 2 kids, I'm not actually willing to make that trade-off because it would mean that I would have to give up time, like taking my kids to school because I got to go for a run, or having dinner with my elderly parents because they want to eat a certain way and I need to control my macros, right? People don't realize, and I don't think it's their fault. I think it's just we're so busy with the shit that we have to do in life. We don't have the time maybe, or we don't have the process in place to dig deep on our own. And a lot of times, once you go through that process and it gets to this idea of creating, because I know this feeling in the health coaching sort of process of how else can we skin this cat? We now understand what actually matters to you. And it's these 3 things. What are the habits that can actually give us that satisfaction that will end up with us getting improvements in our health that don't necessarily need to mean I need to lose exactly 12.8 kilos. It's not, it doesn't have to be so strict.
Finite.
Yeah.
I think exactly. And I think you can have an outcome, but there's different ways of getting there. One way that worked for someone else will not work for another. We're all unique. We have certain, our own personal circumstances. But I think this comes back to why we then hear the I don't knows a lot. And I actually think it does come down to the I want to have this. Okay, what does that mean that you would have to do to have that? And who would you have to be to become it? And I think
I don't know.
I think a lot of individuals will actually therefore be too scared to admit what they might have to give up or the cost of change. that might have to happen in order for that to be the outcome. And
so
that's where it breaks down. So it's kind of like, once I lose the weight, I'll be confident. That's the wrong way of actually approaching it. If you want to have lost the weight, you're going to have done a lot of the actual brunt work to get there. What kind of person would you have to actually be to have that happen? And I think that's why there's a correlation that it's not just careers and it's not just health coaching, but there's also correlations that when you improve one part of your life, it then has a ricochet to others. So you'll find that then people, I changed my career, found more alignment, had more energy,
got in better shape,
got more confident,
worked on my relationships,
got really confident, started losing weight, seeing that they could push themselves more, started building bigger challenges. It starts to all come together and you start seeing correlations over all parts of your life, because it's the person you are becoming, not just the outcome that you want to have.
Yeah.